Hey guys, what is going on? This is the BCN Network, and today I'm going to continue my opinion video series, and I'm going to talk about my favorite submachine gun. So, as you could see on the screen, I'm using the MSMC. That rhymed, and that was awesome. I didn't intend that. Uh, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, so the MSMC, that is my favorite submachine gun. It was a tight battle. It really was. It was a tight battle between that and the PDW, but I think the MSMC has the edge. I think it does because of its diverse. Its ability to like really mold to what type of player you want to be. I mean, it has so much like variations it can have to it, and it works. Like the PDW, if you put something on it, it's not gonna work. But MSMC, you can put it in really many different ways, and it's really powerful, and it just works. And right now I'm on a little death streak, but whatever. Excuse me. So the two ways I like to use the MSMC, really, I mean, depend on what type of mood I'm in and depend on the map and stuff like that. But as you can see, for a map like this size, with this way, everything works out. Like how I like to attack the spawns, a silenced weapon is the way you want to go, and it works with the MSMC. So when I put on the silencer, the attachments I use for the MSMC are the silencer, the laser sight, and the FMJ. That combination really supplies you the best attack for like the spawns, and really gives you the ability to use power, because the MSMC has power, but also use the dexterity that it comes with the submachine gun. So all with that combination of attachments with the gun, really gives you the advantage, and it's a really powerful gun and really good with position and strategy in this instance. But also, man, I'm a little hambony in their spawn, hambony, and die. But whatever, it's a death. Who cares? The second way I like to use it is maybe on a bigger map. It still has enough power, and it's good to maneuver the map and get around and go quicker with a submachine gun. But in a bigger map, you're not gonna maybe have a lot of close quarters combat. So I like to use the MSMC unsilenced. I like to use it with the red dot sight, or any sight really that you want. But I think the red dot sight really, doesn't limit its its dexterity and its movements, and its close quarters combat. The red dot sight really allows it to go up quickly, look through the scope, and find the guy and kill him easily. And so, ooh, get him. Again, that power, though, with some submachine gun, you never even get even hit markers with that. So that's a benefit of the MSMC. But also, with that, the red dot sight, I also use the FMJ just to add that even more power. You could also go with a grip, or you could go with a fast mag. Sometimes I use the fast mag. But the laser sight, when you have the red dot, isn't worth it, because the hip fire spread isn't that big anyway, and when you have the red dot sight, you really do tend to aim down the sight more, so it's not really worth using it at all. And perks, again, it depends on which setup I'm using. When I use the silence one, I use Ghost and Hardline. I always use Hardline. That's a staple for me. And I also use two perks for the perk 3. I use Dexterity and Extreme Conditioning, which makes sense. I'm trying to be stealthy, so that's the Ghost. I'm trying to maneuver through their spawn. Throughout this whole the game, you'll see me going around the sides of the maps. I never really go through the middle unless I'm trying to cap B or defend B. And I'm really trying to maneuver through the spawns and get the kills and establish myself there, so I can just continue to rape face. That's pretty much it. So the two movement, I guess you could say, perks in perk 3 really help out. And perk 2, honestly, those perks suck. I hate them, so I don't use it, and I don't even bother with this one. So I'm using those 3 wild cards: perk 1 greed, perk 3 greed, and overkill. Not overkill. Primary gunfighter, which I put 3 attachments on. So for that, that's what I'm using for this gameplay, and it really works. So I do have one more point left for my 10-point created class system, so I'm using the shock charge. I'm just using that because it's a staple pretty much for my tactical, but you can also use flash if you want to run through the spawn. But sometimes when I'm running through the spawn, I like to cover my back, cover my trail, so I throw down a shock charge so I know if anyone's coming through. So, this game, it's not dominant, but I'm working on maneuvering through the spawns and really getting those kills. This isn't the best game in the world, obviously, but it shows what I like to do with the MSMC, and that's what I'm trying to prove to you guys here, why it's the best gun. A lot of people are going to say, oh, the Scorpion, the Blops, it's so good. I can't use it. It's not, it doesn't fit the way I play. Maybe I gotta, work with the attachments and stuff like that, but as of now, I can't really control the recoil. It's just crazy recoil, and it's a little crazy. Like I keep saying, crazy. It's crazy. The recoil is a lot. The speed of I think that's what it is. It's the speed of the rounds per minute. It's really high. I don't know the exact number, but it's too high for me. The Scorpion just isn't, not a plausible option for me. And again, like I said before, the PDW, was also really one of my favorite submachine guns, but again, it's limited. Really, you can't put any sight on it besides the red dot or something like that. Like target finder, it's pointless. Even in the MSMC, you could because it's so powerful, but the PDW, you shouldn't put any sight like that on there. When I use the PDW, I always put it silenced with laser sight. Sometimes FMJ, sometimes fast mag, sometimes grip. So pretty much this layout. But it's just not as powerful. It does have the more ammo, more rounds per clip, which does help with the reload and stuff like that. But, it's not worth it. I feel like the MSMC, the power just makes it the feasible option. And also, the Chicom, if that's how you pronounce it, I don't even know. The Chicon, whatever you pronounce it. I'm actually going to talk about this gun in a future video. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, just that I feel like it's a little sometimes hard to use, and the shooting is a little confusing at some points, and it's really uncharacteristic for a submachine gun. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to talk about that in a future video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But like I said, look at me. This is what I'm doing the entire game. I'm maintaining their presence and their spawn, really getting from all directions. I'm getting people, and at this point I'm like, oh god, there's so many guys coming, because I can see on my mini map, thanks to the UAV, that there's so many people, and I'm being a little campy here, and I deserve to die, which I believe I do. Yeah, double teamed, and I deserve to die there. But Killstreaks, suggestions for the submachine guns. I suggest the lower Killstreaks, but that's just because I'm not as good of a player. And I can't. I maintain some presence in the spawn, but I'm not really dominant. So I use the Hunter Killer, the Hellstorm, the Lightning. I tend to get those at least once or twice a game when I use the MSMC with the submachine gun, especially with the caps and stuff like that. So, it's definitely worth using. Definitely worth using the lower Killstreaks, I think, for for when you use the machine gun, especially when you want to run into their spawn. If you want to play on maybe on a bigger map, especially when you're using the other setup with the red dot, something like that, maybe you can go with the higher Killstreaks, I think, just because you're not going to be like running crazy. You're going to be maneuvering the map better, but you're not going to be going crazy in their spawn and trying to just pick up as many kills as you can. And what also, like, maybe we're going to be looking at this video, see my KD, 1.5 at the end of it. And it, going to be saying, wait, no, what is this? Come on. I don't really care about deaths. I do get mad when I die, but, it's Call of Duty. Everyone gets frustrated. But, I'm just putting up gameplay that's really exciting. Like, throughout this whole time, I'm saying it again, run through the spawn with the silenced weapon. It's, it adds excitement to the game. And, I don't want to have a game where I'm sitting in the back with a sniper with an assault rifle, picking off guys and going 30-0 and then putting it up, I'm going to have a game that I'm running around, You know, you see my techniques with the gun because I'm talking about my favorite submachine gun. So you want to see how I use it. You want to see how it's effective and see how it's not effective. And this video shows it both ways. Like you saw there, I was caught in the sprint. You know, so you can see how it's effective and not effective. So there you go, guys. This is the BCN network, and remember, use the MSMC because that's my favorite submachine gun. I think it'll work for you too. So have a BCN night, and I'll talk to you guys later.